This is the fourth video where we are discussing the lies told by Captain Ajit Vadakayil about Sikhism, and we are at the end of the article here. In the next video, we might be talking about some of the things that we might have missed, and we will be concluding everything that we have discussed so far. It will not be point by point, but few details will be given in a broad way. Before we start with the article written on Sikhism, I really want to discuss about the other article that Captain Ajit Vadakayil has written. So recently a movie named Dunkirk was released, and Captain Ajit Vadakayil wrote an article about it. In that article, he talks about in detail about the Indian soldiers who fought in the battle, and he talks about how not even a single Indian soldier retreated at that time. But remember how Sikhs were praised in the article on Sikhism? How it was shown that Sikhs betrayed other Indians. We are also writing articles about this article written by Ajit Vadakayil. You can check it at sikhsandsikhi.blogspot.in. The link is available in the description. Okay, so coming back to the discussion, here he's showing that how Sikhs betrayed other Indians, but when he talks about Dunkirk, how Indian soldiers fought in that battle, he praises the Indian soldiers that how they did not take a step back while fighting in the battle. And here we are talking about a completely different thing, so we can show Sikhs fighting in the battle. Here it is okay to show the bravery of Sikhs, but when we talk about an article about Sikhism, it is very bad if we show their bravery. So he did not show this thing there. There he was saying that Sikhs were guarded by the British at that time, but in this article about Dunkirk, he is showing the pictures of Sikhs fighting in the battle. And he even showed an award which was given to a soldier. I don't know if this award is the true thing or the false thing. Here he mentioned the name of the soldier, Jemedar Maula Dad Khan. So here it is okay if we talk about Indian soldiers fighting in World War I and World War II, but it is not okay if we talk about Sikhs fighting in World War I and World War II. Before we move on the other things that he has written about Sikhs, let's focus on one more thing that we discussed in the earlier videos, but I want to say it again here because he mentioned one or two new lines here. So this is from the old video, and here he says that Hindu idols were installed in Harmandir Sahib. He mentioned this in the earlier part of this article. Next in the article, he says British used Gurdwara's power apart from Sikh aristocracy power for armed twisting the Sikhs. The British gave huge dharmarth and in virtually control their Gurdwara administration. So here he is saying that Gurdwaras were handled by the British at that time. We all know after the death of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, the Gurdwaras were taken by the British people, and then the whole thing started, the worshipping of the idols that he is talking about. Idols of Hindu gods were not present at the time of Guru Sahibans, but when British people took over the Gurdwaras, then some people started doing these practices not in the place where Guru Granth Sahib Ji was prakashed, but around the Sarovar. It was there. I do not have any proof of this, but I heard this thing that it happened. And after that, we have this Singh Sabha movement to remove all these things because it was not according to Sikhism. I'm not saying that all the Hindus who are practicing these things are wrong. No, this is their belief. They can do whatever is written in their scriptures. But Sikhs don't believe in that. It is simple. Here the blogger talks about that back in 1871 census that Sikhs became a separate community for the first time. So he's saying it all happened back in 1871, and before that it was not there. But if you check the site of Government of India, Ministry of Home Affairs, there it is clearly mentioned that this effort culminating in 1872 has been popularly labeled as the first population census of India. So, however, the first synchronous census in India was held in 1881. So it has been labeled that back in 1872, it was not 1871 as mentioned by the author here, it was 1872. So back in 1872, it first happened. If it is happening the first time in the history, then definitely Sikhism will be a different community for the first time because it is happening the first time. So it doesn't make sense. I don't know if the readers who read the article of this particular blogger believe that whatever he has written is the truth, then they are gone far beyond the truth. We have talked about this in our article that can be read at sikhsandsikhi.blogspot.in. So from there, we are going to read few lines. The very basic thing from where he started writing is false. If the base of a story is false, you can't develop a good story unless people who are reading don't have any brains. In the beginning, he says, before 1699, there was no Sikhism at all, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji started Sikhism on the Baisakhi day of 1699. After this, he concluded that the first 9 Sikh gurus were Hindu. The very first notion is wrong, and that is that Sikhism was started in 1699. 1699 was the year of the creation of the Khalsa Panth. A person who does not know what happened when cannot give the right story to the readers, and after writing this, he even has the audacity and thinks that the readers are so foolish, so he says Captain Ajit Vadakayil can think crystal clear. Crystal clear thinking is not based on wrong information. We have written 2 big articles to reply to the claims of this fake historian, and we are still in the process of writing other articles. Now he talks about Hemkund Sahib. Originally, this was a Durga Mandir, later converted to be a Gurdwara. There is a natural Sarovar lake with crystal clear water at a height of 15,200 feet. Guru Gobind Singh Ji was a devout Bhakt of Hindu goddess Durga. This fact is mentioned throughout all Sikh historic texts of how he performed the Mahachandi Yajna at Naina Devi with the help of Brahmin priests before setting off for the battle. In his autobiography, the 10th Guru writes, हेमकुंट पर्वत है जहाँ सप्त श्रृंग शोभित है तहाँ तह हम अधिक तपस्या साधी महाकाल काल का आराती. So coming to this, we have already made 2 videos about this thing, and we have written an article on our blog too. I will not go in detail about this because it has already been discussed, but I will say one thing here, that in Chandidivar, Guru Gobind Singh Ji writes, Tahi Durga Saj Ka Daitan Da Nash Karaya, means Waheguru created, or God created, or Allah created, or Ram created, whatever the word that you have. Waheguru created Durga to destroy all the demons. Now the problem here is, if Durga is not from the beginning, then how can Guru Gobind Singh Ji worship her? Guru Sahib worshipped the one who was from the beginning, not something which was created by Waheguru. So Durga was not there from the beginning of the time, but Waheguru was. And if we want to believe that Guru Gobind Singh Ji worshipped Durga, then who created Durga? So to answer that, that is why Guru Gobind Singh Ji mentioned in Chandidivar that Tahi Durga Sajika Taitanda Nash Karaya. You created Durga to destroy the demons. And the second verse that I want to take is from Guru Granth Sahib Ji, where it is written, Kot Sur Jaka Pargas, Kot Mahadev Ar Kabilas, Durga Kot Jaka Mardan Kare, Brahma Kot Ved Uchare. So in Sikhism, in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, it is mentioned that there are so many Brahmas, so many Shivjis, and so many Durgas. If we want to talk about that Guru Gobind Singh Ji worshipped a Durga, then which Durga? There are millions of Durgas in this whole universe, millions of Shivjis, and millions of Brahmas. So which one Guru Gobind Singh Ji worshipped, if you really want to believe in that? So this is all just lies spread by those people who have no understanding of Gurbani. Gurbani talks about only one. When worshipping is there, it is always about Waheguru. It is always about God. It is not about deities. It does not mean that in Sikh scriptures they were not mentioned. They are mentioned in Sikh scriptures. But they are there just to tell that all these deities that different civilizations believe in, they are also worshipping God. It is not to say that you should worship all those deities. No, all those deities are worshipping God. It is just to tell that. And in Japji Sahib also, we read, Gavah Isar Burma Devi, Sohan Sada Savari. Even Burma and Ishar means Shivji and Devi means all the Devis. They are worshipping and singing God's praises. If they are singing God's praises, then why should we Sikhs worship them? Or why would Guru Gobind Singh Ji worship them? So this is just a foolish idea that has been circling for a couple of years, and I believe that in the near future people will have better understanding than the people that we have in this world right now. Next he says, after the death of Banda Singh, Muslims rose in power again. Mughal invader Ahmad Shah Abdali, the founder of Durrani Empire and the founder of the modern state of Afghanistan, demolished Harmandir Sahib. If Muslims rose in power again after the death of Baba Banda Singh Bahadur, then why he mentioned that the Sikh empire was carved out by Maharaja Ranjit Singh by uniting the small Sikh missiles created by Hindu Banda Singh Bahadur? If missiles were already there, then there wouldn't be any rise of the Mughal Empire or Muslims again. So it does not make any sense. And the second thing is, the missiles were not created by Banda Singh Bahadur. We all know, like, there were 12 missiles, and one of the missiles was Shaheed missile, and Shaheed missile was started by Baba Deep Singh Ji. And so many other missiles were led by different people, not created by Banda Singh Bahadur. So the thing is, if you have not read the history, then you will babble about something which is not true. Here we have some old lies that how Harmandir Sahib is Lord Vishnu temple and the Sarovar of Harmandir Sahib is something Vishnu Kund or something like that. He is one of those people who say that Taj Mahal is Teji temple and the structure of Vatican City is inspired by Shivlinga. So if there are some similarities, that means they are copy of something which is wrong. I remember Jugraj Singh from Basics of Sikhi saying that all the religions have some truth, but Sikhism has the whole truth. That's why you will see so many similarities of Sikhism with other religions. It is not the copy, but the complete truth. So some religions have one segment of the Sikh religion, but Sikhism has the whole thing. It is simple. The Sikh god of Waheguru is exactly the same as Brahman of Hinduism. It is shapeless, timeless, and sightless. The main problem with people is that how the other people who believe in something came from their religion. Here, like we are saying, the Sikh god. So there is no Sikh god, there is no Hindu god, there is no Muslim god, there is no Christian god. God is just God. If we talk about Waheguru, yes, Waheguru is shapeless, timeless, and sightless. I don't know about Brahman telling you the truth, but if we talk about Allah, even Allah is shapeless, timeless, and sightless. Ask any Muslim, and he will say that Allah does not have any form or Allah is formless. If we talk about Christians, then in Christianity they believe that God is formless, but God came in the form of Jesus Christ on this earth. This is according to their beliefs. So in general, it does not matter which religion we are talking about. All the religions will say that God does not have any form. But if we talk about some religions which believe that there are many gods, so they will try to define a god on the basis of how he or she appears. Like in Hinduism, we have many gods as people believe in, and if we talk about Greek people, they also have so many gods for different things. So Waheguru is shapeless, timeless, and sightless. Even Allah is shapeless, timeless, and sightless. In general, God is beyond time. God does not have any form. He is Prakash Roop. This is what we Sikhs say. And God is sightless. So it is not the exact copy of Brahman or something. This is the basic definition that people have of God. That God does not have any shape. It is simple. But just to write it in this way so that people believe that Sikhs are Hindus or Sikhs beliefs are same as Hindus. People are stupid. We can't do anything about that. The days of Baisakhi and Diwali, which are chosen for Sikh festivals, are also Hindu festivals all over India. However, today Sikhs have converted these 2 days as related to their gurus. So just think how stupid this is, that if a person believes in a particular festival and someone from some other civilization believes that something happened in their religion or culture on the same day, it does not mean that both are same. So there are so many examples on the internet that you can find. Henry V is crowned on the day of 30th April, and Jallianwala Bagh massacre also happened back in 13th April, and Samuel Argyle captures Native American princess. There are so many things that happen on a particular date. Maybe you can say that on a particular day this person was born. Now, since the beginning of this world, or you can say human race, there might have been so many people who were born on the day of 13th April. So what is the purpose of mentioning it here? I just can't understand. Now we have another contradiction. Baisakhi is the day on which the Khalsa was born, and Guru Gobind Singh, the first 5 Sikhs using sweet nectar Amrit. Now here is the thing. In the earlier passages, he said Guru Gobind Singh Ji started Sikhism. Here he is saying that the first 5 Sikhs using sweet nectar Amrit. So before having Amrit, they were already Sikhs? Does it mean this? If they were already Sikhs, then why he mentioned that Guru Gobind Singh Ji started Sikhism? Guru Gobind Singh, who was named after Lord Krishna, Govinda, created the Khalsa solely in order to defend Hindu Dharma and his motherland. So, what is the meaning of Govind? People don't even know the meaning of Gobind or Govind and the meaning of Ram, but they say that these words are used in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So that means that Sikh gurus were Hindu. They were worshipping, say here, like he said, Govinda means Lord Krishna, so they were worshipping Krishna, which is wrong. He talks about Dasam Granth Sahib Ji. In Dasam Granth Sahib Ji, Guru Gobind Singh Ji writes, मैं ना गणेश प्रथम मनाऊं, किशन विशन कबहू नहते आऊं, कान सुने पहचान न 300, लिव लागी मोरी पग इंसो. Guru Gobind Singh Ji is saying, I do not worship Krishna. I do not worship Ganesha. I do not meditate on the name of Krishna. I don't even know him. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji is saying this, and he's saying that Guru Gobind Singh Ji's name was on the name of Lord Krishna. Oh man, okay. And second thing here is, he's saying that Guru Gobind Singh Ji created Khalsa Panth, which he was saying earlier that Guru Gobind Singh Ji created Sikhism, not Khalsa Panth. So many contradictions are there in this particular article. So he says that Guru Gobind Singh Ji created Khalsa Panth to defend Hindu Dharma. But in the earlier passages, he says that Banda Singh Bahadur was a Hindu Tantric, and with some other Hindu kings, he saved Punjab. If Hindus were already there and they were helping to push the Mughals outside the boundary of India, just say for the purpose of this argument, then what was the need of creating the Khalsa Panth? People don't have answer for this. So this thing we already covered in our article. You can read there. In Pachitanata, Guru Gobind Singh Ji mentioned that how Waheguru called Guru Gobind Singh Ji and sent Guru Gobind Singh Ji on this earth. मैं अपना सुध तोहे निवाचा, पंथ प्रचुर कर बे कहो साचा, जाहे तहाँ तै धर्म चलाए, कबुत करन ते लोग हटाए, हमें का जगत मोह आए, धर्म हेत गुरुदेव पठाए, जहाँ तहाँ तुम धर्म बिथारो, दुष्ट दोखियन पकर पछारो, याही काज तरा हम जनमंग, समझ लिहो साधु सब मनमंग, धर्म चलावन संत उबारन, दुष्ट सबन को मूल उपारन. Nowhere Guru Gobind Singh Ji mentioned that he came on this earth or created Khalsa Panth to protect Hinduism. No. If Hindus were in need of help, Sikh Guru protected them. If Muslims were in need of help, Sikh Gurus protected them. It was not solely because of a particular religion. So it is wrong to say that Khalsa Panth was created only to protect Hinduism. According to the blogger, the Vishnu idol was kept in Amritsar by Guru Gobind Singh Ji. The truth is that Guru Gobind Singh Ji did not visit Harmandir Sahib. So how could he have put the idol of Vishnu there then? Now let's see what Guru Gobind Singh Ji talks about Vishnu in his writing. We have already discussed मैं गणेश प्रथम नाउ किशन बिशन कबहू नहते आऊं कांस ने पहचान तिनसो लिव लागी मोरी पगेंसो. But apart from that, when Guru Gobind Singh Ji was called by Waheguru before coming to this land, what Waheguru said to Guru Gobind Singh Ji? Here it is. तिनकी ठौर देवता थापे ते भी बल पूजा उर्जाए आपन ही परमेश्वर कहाए महादेव अच्युत कहवायो विष्णु आप ही को ठहरायो ब्रह्मा आप पार ब्रह्म बखाना प्रभु को प्रभु न किन्हू जाना केते सूर चांद कहो मानै अगन होतर कई पवन परमानै किन्हू प्रभु पाहन पहचाना नाथ कीते जल तत विधाना केतक कर्म करत डर पाना धर्मराज को धर्म बचाना. So this is what is written by Guru Gobind Singh Ji, that Waheguru Ji told Guru Gobind Singh Ji that people started worshipping all these deities who are just servants for Waheguru or Ram or God or Allah. You can use any word that you believe in. In general, we can say God. Mahadev Achyut Kahavayo. Shivji started calling himself God. Vishnu aap hi ko thehrayo. Even Vishnu started saying that he is God. Brahma aap par Brahm khana. Even Brahma started calling himself God. Prabhu ko Prabhu na kinhu janna. Nobody was worshipping God but deities. So this is what is written by Guru Gobind Singh Ji. And this guy who has not read Gurbani and Guru Itihas, he is saying that Guru Gobind Singh Ji put idol of Vishnu in the temple. And here Waheguru is saying to Guru Gobind Singh Ji that Vishnu is calling himself God, which is wrong. So how could Guru Gobind Singh Ji have put the idol of Vishnu in Harmandir Sahib? Strange stories made by this person who has no idea what he is talking about. Those who join his group means the Khalsa Panth pass through a ceremony known as Pahul, and to emphasize the martial nature of their new vocation, they were given the old title of Singh or Lion. They were expected to fight like lions. So here he says the title was given after taking the pole, that we say Khande Porteri pole, right? But in the earlier passages, he said Baba Banda Singh Bahadur did not take Paul, or he did not take Amrit. If he did not take Amrit, then the name would not have been Banda Singh Bahadur. Here he is saying the title was given after taking the Paul from Panch Pyares. So if he did not take the Paul, his name would not have been Banda Singh. So another contradiction that he has in this article. The first Panch Pyares were all Hindus. But in the next passage, he writes, Guru Gobind Singh Ji shouted, "The entire Sangat is very dear to me, but is there a devoted Sikh who will give his head to me here and now? A need has arisen at this moment which calls for a head." Above he's saying that all the first 5 Pyares were Hindu. Now here he's saying that Guru Gobind Singh Ji asked a head of a Sikh. And even in the earlier passages, he mentioned that Baisakhi is the day on which the Khalsa was born, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who baptized the first 5 Sikhs using sweet nectar Amrit. So the Sikhs were already there before taking the Amrit. And if they were Sikhs in the above passage, then in the below passage, how could they be Hindus? Contradiction. And contradictions usually come when we have not read the history. We just want to create the stories and we don't remember what we have written earlier, and then we continuously write some other passages and forget what we have written. So this is what happens when you lie to people. I'm laughing now, seriously. So he's saying the woman in the picture is Guru Nanak's first wife, Mata Jito Ji. Above, the picture is of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and here in the below, he's saying that it was Guru Nanak Dev Ji's first wife. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji's wife was Sulakhani Ji. Guru Gobind Singh Ji's wife was Mata Jito Ji. So it was not Guru Nanak Dev Ji's first wife, it was Guru Gobind Singh Ji's wife, Mata Jito Ji. I challenge anybody to show a Sikh historical record before 1800 AD that the 2 wives are actually one. Please excuse me from Khalistani books after 1980 AD and Tat Khalsa books after 1900 AD. The Mahan Kosh, Twarikh Guru Khalsa, Guru Pad Prem Prakash all say both are different women. So Mahan Kosh was written by Paikan Singh Nabha. In this article, he says that Paikan Singh Nabha was a stooge of the British. So if he was saying whatever the British people were saying at that time, then how could you believe in that? Because Mahan Kosh was written by Paikan Singh Nabha. If Paikan Singh Nabha was on the side of British, then how could you believe on Mahan Kosh? Or are you saying this because whatever you believe in or whatever the thoughts you have, it is already there in Mahan Kosh, so you are bringing that book forward and forgetting what you have mentioned earlier? Think about it. I guess my fonts are getting bigger. If I proceed exhuming bitter truths any further, means the lies usually, it will cause a hurt act to Deshbhakt Sikhs who are the ornaments of India. This post, which is already 137 A4 size sheets, will go past 2000. But it doesn't make sense. If you have written 137 pages, it doesn't make any sense. People who have no knowledge of history or Gurbani, or in other words, people who usually read your blog, they will definitely have this thought that, whatever this guy has written is the truth. and your whole article is beyond the truth. Some of the things might be right, like the names of the gurus, for example, but other things where you're not giving any proof but saying Rothschild, they are just lies because you have no proof. And we have written an amazing story on our blog that you can able to see on your screen. It is about Ramayana or Ramchandra Ji. I just created this fake story to tell you you can write anything that you want to write, and at last you can mention the word Rothschild and try to justify it, that it will not be there on the internet or on any scripture because all the scriptures were changed. How many of will you believe in that? Nobody. So this is the end of the article, and we will try to have the conclusion of whatever he has written and all the mistakes that he has made on some other video.